A little late in the project to just now start recording, but better late than never. So here's me resealing the oil leaks on my motor. Yep, it escalated that fast. I bumped into the exhaust just on the off chance I was over there and bolt was loose. Well, shoot, I got a full engine gasket set, so let's just reseal the exhaust. All right, pulled that puppy off. Oh boy, I'm sure there's oil in here, but yeah, number 6 exhaust valve. You can see it's leaking. See it down there. Anyway, number 6 exhaust valve was dumping some oil out. So shoot, dang it. Guess we're pulling the head. Then I was looking in the cylinders and like, man, there ain't a lot of cross hatching left. And there's a score mark on the one side, which corresponds pretty good to the piston skirts. Shoot, dang it. I guess I'm getting new pistons and new rod bearings, and I'm going to roll in main bearings. And yeah, it just spiraled out of control very fast. And then, of course, all the things you need to, make it work, or at least attempt to. So this is where we're at now. Just cleaning the surface of the block off. Got some WD-40 and Scotch-Brite. Maybe not the correct way to do it, but it works. So don't really care. You can tell it's clean by the way that it is. Just comparing the back 2 cylinders against the rest of them. It's not perfect by any means. I'll never really get to that machine shop kind of level clean, but it should seal, and really that's all I needed to do. I'll probably run over it a couple more times, just using some elbow grease, Scotch-Brite to get her done. Could probably use a buff wheel, but yeah, I got time. Not really. Oh well. It's a lot better than it was. Still got plenty of dirty looking sort of things on there, but at this point, it probably would be good, but I am gonna hit it at least once more on everything. Just think I've had enough elbow grease for a night. Oh, so I'm dumb. And that's trans dipstick. You actually see the dipstick laying right there. I was cleaning bore out, or not the bore, but the carbon ridge right on the edge of the cylinder there, and definitely leaned over a little too far, more than once. Took that sucker right out. So I guess I get to buy one of those. Yeah. I did pressure wash this off before I took it apart, if you can believe that. It's hard, I know, still a lot of shit, but well, I got the block surface semi-cleaner-ish. I'm starting on the timing cover now. A lot of silicone on there. Don't blame them. I'll probably put it back together the same way. But I'll grab my Scotch-Brite and my scraper. We'll go do the cover itself now. It's about a long time later, o'clock. This thing's still really not that clean. Tried, but that silicone, oof, man, that's some serious stuff. Bought a new lower rad hose because she was stuck on there pretty good, and I was getting too pissed off. I cut it in half with a knife and yanked it off. Hit my elbow on the fender one too many times or something. Don't really remember, but yeah, I got plenty of other stuff to clean up. More gaskets and things around, and oil pan over around here. Still got oil in it. And there's bolts in there somewhere too, so I'll find those. Probably lose them. That's all right. But yeah. Oh, and here's a parts haul, by the way. I got wheel cylinders for a dually axle that I'm planning on throwing underneath it. Fuel sender, pump assembly deal. That's another one. It's for a different project. Brake lines, this brake hose, fan clutch holder bracket in the bobber. Dampener, there was something in that. That's out. I forgot what it was. And, oh boy, what's what? I think that's an oil cooler. Those are battery hold downs. That's a fan clutch. Because I totally just, yeah, don't worry about it. Air hammers and stuff. Didn't have the pneumatic wrench, too lazy to wait, so I took the chisel and gave her hell. Accumulator, refrigerant oil, regular pulley. Heater core, some AC lines because, so these lines on this compressor, I moved them a little bit and they bent way too easy. Not dealing with it. Perfect, just grab new ones. Here's the gasket kit, old head gasket. Just measuring the thickness of that just for the love of the game, I guess. Yeah. It's about 8 o'clock. We got mail. Let's go open this bad boy up. Can't remember if I've already shown this or not, but pistons are together. I still got to put snap rings in. That's what that bag is right there. I've been doing main bearings, rolling the top ones in and just throwing the bottom ones in the cap and putting them back up. The local machine shop guy was saying he just torques them to a flat torque of 125 foot-pounds and just skips the angle torque altogether. Must not have them blow apart on him yet, because I feel like he would have warned me. But I don't know what this is. Got some assembly grease and some oil just to lubricate the bolts. And yeah, got 2 done already. The thrust washer one is done, and then the one ahead of that. So 5 and 6 are done of the 7. So we're gonna roll back under there and have more fun. Well, forgive the camera angle. There's only so much a guy can do with a phone and no hands. Alright. Oh, I got white marker on the ones I've already done. This one and this one. I'm gonna go for my middle guy now. Numero 4. Why am I using a ratchet? I don't know. Just built like that, I guess. It takes one hell of a pull to get them off. I just would rather use ratchets on engine parts. I don't know, at least to get the first bit of cracking off the bolt. Now, it does open up avenues for shit like that to happen. But in my mind, it's freaking worth it. Because then I know I'm not just going dummy on the fucking bolts. But yeah, it does take one hell of a pull to get them off. It is true. There we go. I think there are longer ratchets around somewhere in this shop. I'm just not completely sure where that is. First pull these bolts out. There's plenty of oil that comes out with them. So, kind of try to be mindful of that a little bit. Not paint the shop floor, or more like my front axle, because it's not already all full of oil. Yeah, whatever. So we'll take this first bolt out, wipe it down, probably just set it on the floor so I don't have anywhere else to put it. Yeah, there's plenty of oil on that. Clean off the cap a little bit. Oh, I got another rag down here. I'll set it on that rag. Not that that's much cleaner, but you know, whatever. We're going to loosen this one until she's completely free. And then put the other bolt back in and get that cap to come out. She is a little stiff. This is almost out. There we go. I'll wipe it down first. Yeah, plenty of oil on them threads. So we'll clean the cap off again. Grab these 2 bolts and pinch them together and shake a little bit. These are doweled. So you gotta get them off out of the dowels. And you know, these bearings really don't look that bad. I haven't seen one yet that I would actually like call bad. They actually all look really good. So if I can whip it around here. Yeah. I mean, this marking is just the oil and whatever that I couldn't quite wipe off. But these bearings look great, which is good. Because then the crank looks, where the hell, yeah. The crank looks really good too, so that's a nice thing to see anyway. Especially because basically doing an in-frame here. So yeah, I'll get her cleaned up and put her back in. Yeah, I kind of half lied. Before this can go back in, gonna need to roll a new main on top there. That's where all the used ones are going. But like I said, they really don't look that bad. It's just oil and shit you can see. But I don't know. Pan's off. I'm here. Pan's not very fun to take off. It's actually really a pain in the ass. So just doing them while she's out. It just seems like the right thing to do. So yeah, we'll put that guy in there. And then when I get to it, it's assembly grease. Paint that up a little bit. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So yeah, let's roll this puppy in. This job is not very one-hand friendly, so I'll just show you what I'm gonna do instead. This oil hole goes all the way through the crank, so I just take a screwdriver, stick it through. There's little oil holes on the bearing itself, which you can see on the new one right there. So just try to catch the tip of the screwdriver in there without actually going into the block or whatever's on the other side of that. And then you can roll it out pretty easily. Try to roll the new one in just by pressing it in with my finger, but sometimes I end up having to use a screwdriver, but that's all right. Now that I've got a free hand, I can actually show you what I was talking about with just using my hands, pushing it in. So just take the finger and push her right on around until she seats or is about to, and then either finish it off with a little pocket screwdriver or in whatever's closest to me at the time, which just so happens to be this flashlight. So we'll just get the last little push out of it, and you can see up in there, it's, well, if I could get my phone up there, if I cared to, you'd see that it's level with this, and then we check the other side, it's level with this, and if it's not, the main cap will correct it however much it needs to. But yeah, you can see the grease I used. I don't put a whole lot on there, just enough to make it slippery, I guess, and give it a little bit of a coating. But now we can wipe these pieces off, go wipe our cap off, and send her back up in there. And then do it, this is 3, 4 more times after that. So yeah, should be fun. One more step to my process I forgot here. I've been measuring all these just to see if they stretch like a hell of a lot, or, you know, I don't know what the actual length is supposed to be. So I'm just looking for any anomalies. So far, they've been all pretty consistent. So let's find out if this one is too. Got a 5.083, which is within, I think, 0.003 of the other ones I've measured so far. And it's shorter too, so whatever. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Can't do it one-handed. Be right back. This one we got 5.079. So looking very good. Fairly good. Good enough to make 125 foot-pounds, I guess. Clean her up a little bit more, and then we'll throw her back underneath. So what I'm actually doing first is, well, I'll clean it up, whatever, make it look, you know, not old oily and dirty and shitty and whatever. And that should work. I'll take and put it up there. Get the cap like kind of seated, and then I'll take the bolts back out. And speaking of dipping them in oil, I don't have my oil. Oops. Okay, I now have my oil. I can dip these bad puppies when I need to. Oh, it's freaking slither under here. The creeper makes me a little bit taller under here, so I hit more shit. Also, creepers kind of just make me upset more than they help. so just avoid them. So there's a number on the passenger side of the main cap. It'll be right there. So I'm just trying to keep order. Silly goose, just about threw it in there. Wipe the bearing surface down again and dry the old oil up. Grab this bad boy. And again, I'm not going like super heavy on it or nothing. Just enough to kind of slide around in there. Just a nice coating. Don't need a hell of a lot. Oh, well, shouldn't. Number, chamfer, yep. Yeah. I'll just see where it wants to be and work up there a little bit. And we will see how our bolts spin. Trying to feel if any of them catch at all. If they do, need to be cleaned again. Okay. Push you up a little bit more. There we go. That's better. They were a little bit tough there for a second. I got a little worried. Hey, anyway, fairly confident that they're going to spin smooth. So then I will take this bolt back out. Just do them one at a time. Take it back out. Have a cleaner-ish rag. And wipe the shank of the bolt as well as the threads down. Good bit. And we will dip it in oil. Let most of the excess drain off and kind of pat dry it. Almost. We want the threads wet, but not completely fucking soaked. Or at least that's the idea that I've been going for. Is it right? I don't know. Should be. Right enough anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that a little loose because I'm also going to lubricate the flange of the bolt head as well as the bottom of the main cap. So drop this guy out, wipe her down one more time, as well as the cap. Dip it in the oil, which I know you can't see, but whatever. Let the excess kind of drain off. Grab our rag that's definitely been on the floor a lot. It's fine, whatever. Send the bolt back up there. Some nice new oil on it. Now I'm just gonna take, and here you can finally see the oil. There it is. Take my finger and dip it in there. Get some of that oil on the bottom of the main cap. Is, like I said, the flange of the bolt. Just to get her nice and lubricated so it won't cause too much friction when I'm trying to torque it. Now again, same thing. Get a little extra on there. That should be plenty. Now, same thing on the other side. Let's try to get oil on there without it being completely freaking hosed is my idea. I want it to be lubricated, but I don't really, need to fire hose the fucking thing. It's not that, I don't know, necessary, really. Okay. So then the main bolts, I'm going to put them all the way to the cap, and then I'm going to grab my 3/8 torque wrench, 3/8 torque wrench, and torque them lightly to begin with, and then grab the 1/2 inch and finish torquing. Yeah. All right. Here back with my torque wrenches. Doesn't really get any easier. Just drop dirt directly into my ear. Perfect. So I've already got my 1/2 inch set for 125. This I've just got at 20. So I'll use it to kind of just work up the bolts a little bit. Basically what a guy could do with a ratchet, really. I mean, is a torque wrench necessary? Probably not, but
I'm gonna use it anyway just so I know when to stop. Try to keep it as even as possible. So yeah, I'll just keep going. She's starting to tighten up. Just be done drawing the dowels in. Okay, must have done it pretty uneven. Which is fine. There's 20. It's really not fine. You should definitely try to keep them as even as possible. That one's tightening up. There's 20 and 20. 20 there again. 20. 20. That's more, just to make sure. Yep. Again. Okay. 20 foot-pounds. Solid on both of them, no movement. Now, I'm gonna grab this bad boy and bring her up to 125. And kind of trying to be uniform with it, just so then I know what's going up nice and even, and peace of mind, really. So that's kind of the name of the game with this. So I'm even doing the main bearings because I've already shown they look awesome, but right here, might as well, yeah. It's been like the name of the game on this whole project. I'm like, well, I'm here. Ah, damn it. Just spend more money. I went a little bit further than I should have there. There's the click. Okay. Check it a few more times. Once more. Okay. Well, they might not fall out. I guess we'll find out when I'm driving irresponsibly one time, because it'll happen. I know I say I won't, but it's gonna happen. Just takes time. So yeah, I'll mark those with the paint marker, and then we'll get on to the other ones. I'm not gonna record the rest of them because, I mean, you've seen it now, see what I'm up to. So whatever I'm up to next, here it is.